We're live harvesting cherries. Hey, goldfish, he's in. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. What have you been up to? Every time I talk to you, you're studying for an exam. Oh, we're just shaking cherries. Uh, 809. How many of you guys have seen cherries harvested before? Harvesting some cherries, folks. We'll go up here a ways and then we'll come back. We'll walk right next to them. We got a great crop of cherries this year. Todd, what's up? Oh, my wife stopped in. Would you look at that? The fans are coming out. Look at all those cherries. They look gray. God, I hope not. Ah, great. So now we're waiting for a new tank of water, which this forklift will bring, because that one back there is full. We'll show you guys the shaker half first. So this machine here actually grabs onto the trunk of the tree, and it actually shakes and vibrates the tree, and that's what makes the cherries fall down. It's a pretty loud process, so if you got your volume up, you might want to turn it down. Both machines run on 3 wheels. Thanks, Michael. All right, goldfish, sounds good. Don't forget to double tap the screen, guys, and drop a like if you've been watching. So these forklifts bring these tanks of water to the harvester first, and then we fill them up as it goes. We're getting into some better of the crop here. Some beautiful looking red fruit. Tart cherries. So right now we have 2 sets of these harvesters running in this orchard. We'll go up to the buses, and I'll show you guys where they take the tanks of cherries. So the forklift drivers will tip the extra water out of the tank so that cherries don't spill out over the edge. And then we'll follow him up to the bus trucks. We'll show you guys how we transport all of these tanks of cherries from the harvesters out to receiving, which is where we grade them. So we base them out of a 100-point system. That way you know kind of the quality of the fruit, and we find out how many pounds are in each tank. This guy's behind me. Each set of harvesters has 2 of these forklifts working with them. You guys saw 2 dudes walking behind. Those guys, they get all of the extra sticks and any other debris, branches, sticks, leaves that go into the tank, because we obviously don't want to send those to Todd at the plant. So we have a couple dudes who keep the tanks clean. And so what we use are these school buses down here. We convert old school buses and we chop off the back of the bus, and then we connect it to the front right behind the driver's seat. And then we add this rack system that holds onto these tanks. Each of these buses holds each bus holds 8 tanks of cherries, and they're just about around 1,000 pounds per tank. So it's a great way to transport these for us, because we can cover the ground faster and carry a good amount. So this truck has one more tank to go, which this is the one that we just saw that just got harvested. So this is what I just made the old man sound climbing up onto this bus. Hey. And here comes the next one. And so these forklifts are designed to be able to lift these cherry tanks, and 1,000 pounds is pretty heavy, but they're almost strong enough to lift up your mom. I had to do a mom joke in there. So all these other buses here waiting are all full of just water. Justin, what's up, brother? Yes, all these trucks here are all full of water. That one is the one they're starting. So since this truck is now full of these beautiful looking tart cherries, they will start putting the tanks of cherries on this truck instead. Here comes another one. Then we strap them down with these 4-inch straps. This is all we need via the DOT. We strap them right down, tighten them down, and then they'll transport these to our receiving facility where we'll take them off. We'll flush them. We add water to these tanks, and we add fresh water because we want to be able to cool the cherries for transport. Cooling the cherries helps them pit better in the plant, and that's a huge part of the process, but we'll be able to get into that later. That's Chivo. All of these forklifts have different names or numbers on them. This one's 15, but it also has a name. They call it Too Tall. He's driving Bigfoot. Where's the ice? What ice? All of these guys are contracted labor. Hey, estamos hablando aquí. No mames. I gotta get down because he's leaving. So the pace has now kind of picked up a little bit because this orchard that we started in has a lot of breakage and old trees. So the guys are driving by a lot of gaps in the orchard because this orchard is 20 plus years old. But we're getting into a little bit younger orchard over here as we go more west. So everything is really starting to kind of speed up a little bit because we were going pretty slow. I forget, our pace was pretty darn short. Our pace was slow, but recently now we are picking up the pace. These buses, before we were loading them, we would have just finished this bus and there would be no tanks on the next truck, but now we're almost having a half of the next bus full before this guy even gets out of the orchard. So things are really starting to speed up. What's pretty special about southern Michigan here where we're at is the storms, right? Because it's super hot. It was 90 again today. And you can tell that there's, right behind the sun, there's a big old little front moving in of dark clouds. And it's always hot. It always pushes in some temperatures. So yeah, like I said, these are our old school buses. Very cool. Very cool. How can you not pack them in ice before we ship them? What we do is we use a hydro cooler at our receiving facility. We pump 40-degree cold water through them, and then they pretty much get shipped immediately after that. And then it takes them, at the most, it'll take them a couple hours to get to the pitting places. One location is about an hour and a half away. And the, how far is Traverse City from here? The other one's about 3.5 hours, so usually they get pitted within 12 hours or less of actually being harvested. So it actually moves pretty quick, so we don't really lose much quality, and adding the hydro-cooled water is a big deal. Oh, here comes the boss. Kansas, this is Michigan. Gundog, what's going on? Are you gonna yell at me because we're live on YouTube?
No, I was hoping you were FaceTiming the baby.
Oh, I just did.
It's unfortunate.
You just missed it.
I never yell at you on YouTube.
Yeah, you never yell at me when I'm live. It's going much faster now. Did you notice?
Picked up the pace a little bit.
Yep.
Told you I was going to get better this way.
You're not wrong.
In fact, you got quite a few more roads. I want you guys going to work back towards them.
This crew's coming this way. The other crew's coming in.
Is there a reason truck drivers are driving a mile down the dirt road versus going out?
Well, the cable company's dragging wires down the road and putting cones in front. What? Is it gone now?
Yeah.
Well, shit. We can fix that.
Where's Babaloo?
He was here. I don't know where he went. Oh, man. Tacos?
Don't forget those.
Nice.
They screwed me and made my Americano versus Mexicano.
You what?
They screwed my burrito and made it Americano versus
Oh.
Mexicano.
You know what? You hate to see it.
Yeah. They just do way too much sour cream for Americano.
They do overload it on the sour cream.
So, what are you live showing on YouTube right now?
Well, I'm talking to you, so they're looking at the grass.
Oh, it's pretty boring.
Do you want to go watch them? Are you climbing on or what?
Go for it. Sure. I gotta get out of the way though.
Hey, make sure you don't leave your truck in the way. I don't want to yell at you again. That was an inside joke because he always yells at me for where I park my truck. Send this junkie some money, lads. Hey, I can't disagree with that. I'd love to see a nice donation come through. I got to pay for these tacos somehow. Andrew, welcome back. What's up, brother? Just got done picking mulberries and raspberries. Where's he going now? He's driving everywhere. We're gonna go pick the boss up and we're gonna head around. Send me $200, I dare you. You won't do it. Lancho! That guy is the happiest dude here, I swear to God. That dude is always happy. We got all different colored buses now too.
See what I did there?
You got out of the way?
Yep. Is this thing still running all right?
This? Yeah.
This is the one that keeps shutting off every once in a while, isn't it?
It is, but it hasn't shut off yet. Hit us with some cherry facts. Tell the folks something that they don't know. Todd's watching.
Todd. Looters?
Yep.
Hi, Todd Looters.
Our son's, my lighting's going away. This is gonna really throw off the live stream.
No, we are currently training. That's why I'm riding on the forklift.
That's right.
Teaching you how to drive.
I need to get like a magnet. It's a beautiful spot in the orchard.
A lot of missing trees. So how many trees per tank?
In this area, about 70.
Well, 70 spaces, but they're not shaking 70 trees.
No, down there, it's like 6 trees. Up here, it's not as good.
Yeah, this orchard's a rough day. that mound?
Yeah.
Which catch operator tore up the flipper last night?
The new guy?
Huh. Almost like he was not being supervised very closely.
No.
You tell him it's a $3,000 flipper.
Actually, I told him it was a $5,000 flipper. Just to really drive the point home.
What do you say?
He said, okay, no more. Too depressing over here.
Yeah.
My boy Lencho. Yes. This guy is the Mexican Ricky Yosek. This guy right here.
Just always happy.
Dude is just always happy. He's a bit of a goober.
There's Bob.
There he is. You gonna talk to him?
Everything running?
Special delivery. All right, we're gonna go track down another harvester. Oh, there it is. We did not have to go far. We dropped the boss back off. He's talking to the mechanic. We got mechanic Bob works on some stuff for us if something breaks down. All these guys are so happy. Mary, what's up? We're shaking cherries. We're harvesting. Most exciting time of the year. Guys, don't forget to double tap the screen, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about cherry farming. We just started harvest last night, so we are about 30, not even 36 hours into our 5 to 6 week long harvest. So we'll be doing some lives, a lot of new videos and TikToks and shorts all about harvest. So, we're keeping Bob busy. He's actually had a little bit on the first night right away, but it's kind of calmed. It's kind of smoothed out. We got the first day shakes out of the way. Goldfish. We're here in our southern Michigan farm. We're downstate a couple hours from where I live. We'll be here for about 10 to 11 days. How many people in here have seen cherries harvested before? Mechanically. I think it's such a cool process. There's our school buses that carry the tanks in. The cherries, these tanks show up to the harvester with water in them, and as the cherries fill them, it displaces the water. And then we use these forklifts here, like this one I'm sitting on, that one there, and we carry them to those bus trucks. How many is that per tree? Some of these trees here can have up to 250 pounds of cherries a tree. But as you can tell, this one that we're in is a little older, so you can see that like there's a chainsaw cut there from the year that half that tree broke. And now there's limbs that are dying off, just old age. So and there we have a full tank of cherries. And that one's full of water. He's gonna swap it out and put it on the force on the catcher. We got a little road jam. There's forklifts everywhere. Gun Dog, it's good to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Look at the cherries falling. I love seeing it. You love to see it. You bet it smells good? It doesn't actually smell like anything, really. Everybody's out here. Your boy Lancho, Chewy was here earlier. Chivo, Eduardo, Perico. This guy's a new catcher driver. I think he's getting nervous with us YouTubing on him. I don't think these guys signed the online waiver. Pretty crazy. What a process. In South Bend, where they harvest peppermint, smells like whorehound candy. I mean, some of these trees are just loaded right up. That's crazy. The light to view ratio's whack. Don't forget to like the video, folks. All the other harvesters right here next to us. Yep, you got Jose Valentin. So we have both harvesters right here next to each other. Usually they're not this close. Usually not this close together because we like to not have things overlapping and forklifts too close to each other, but we're finishing up this orchard with the last couple rows. So it's a pretty quick process to get these cherries off the trees. So this tank is full. After this forklift driver comes here, drops that tank of water off, he'll come check this out, lift up just the back side of this tank, and he'll tilt out this extra water that's left over. They move the cherries, the skimmer guys will move the cherries over to the side so that when he tips the water back, the goal is to not lose any fruit, but only get rid of the water, obviously. And now he takes it over to the bus trucks. Now I gotta find my ride. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. That looks so good. Pies, turnovers. We do all of these. They go to be pitted for juice and concentrate, dried cherries, chocolate-covered cherries. Hello, Marcos. What more can you ask for? Gorgeous fruit. Just gorgeous. Another full tank going out. And these aren't even the heaviest, this isn't even the heaviest crop that we have down here. This is the very first farm. So we usually start with our lighter crops and then we work our way into the heavier stuff because it needs more time to ripen. So don't forget to subscribe so you can get notified when we go live again. We'll check in every couple days and go live here in the evening, maybe even at night, because I'm working the night shift currently. All of these guys you see here work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So we shake cherries all night long. When the sun goes down, we flip the lights on. And these guys just keep plugging away. We keep sending tanks in and keep covering acreage. The apples, they're looking good. They're a ways away from me now, but we were just starting to see the final effects of the thinner last time I left. Chivo, ¿cómo estás, amigo? ¿Andas bien o más o menos? Bueno. So as the orchards get a little bit older, oh my gosh. So as the orchards get a little bit older, you'll see that we've kind of started to put some trees in to replant the gaps, because you can tell that the other trees that you've seen today are much older. As they die out, we replant them in order to kind of fill that space, because the orchard still has a lot of years left in it. But sometimes they take well, the deer eat them, they rub their velvet off their antlers off on them, and they'll kill the trees. But these trees have such a heavy crop load on them all the time that these trees specifically have a lot of breakage, and they're showing their age a lot faster. But we'll head up to the bus trucks. We'll show you guys how we load these on. We use converted old school buses. We make all this stuff ourselves. So this is where the forklifts come after they leave the harvesters. This truck will have water in it. And you know that they're loading this one because the tanks, they always start loading the trucks from the front to the back, right? So you know that this one is being loaded with fruit. We make, like I said, we make all of these ourselves. It's a pretty cool process where we take pretty much the back door of the bus and we cut it off, and then we reattach it right behind the driver's seat. And usually we have to cut the frame a little bit, shorten it, because they're a little bit too long to have the weight the way it is. But we have 6 or 7 of them down here right now, but I see that there's 2 drivers here and we have 4 total. So I know I have a couple buses out on the road, so you can tell that the process is still happening. Does the age of the tree change the flavor? It does not. It does not. So now we're back. Now we're up top. You can see that these cherries, the water's been drained to about equal with the fruit, which will help the cherries stay in the tanks as the buses take them to our receiving facility. They're really good. It's a lot of really good looking fruit. We do see some of this browning, and that is due to high winds. When the fruit is ripe like this and we get high winds, it'll actually crush that fruit and it'll kind of cave that side in. So our boy Lencho here is going to drop off another tank. Just came from the harvester. He's going to put it on here. We make these also from like old Chevy trucks, Blazers, and we kind of just fabricate all of the bodies, just like this one. We pretty much fabricate everything on our farm here. So these tanks weigh a little over 1,000 pounds per tank. So these trucks can hold 8 tanks, so it's about 8,000 to 9,000 pounds that these trucks will carry. These forklifts can lift more than that, but they're still not strong enough to lift up your mom. None of these guys understand English. That's why they're not laughing. That joke was funny as hell. Do we have any rainbow cherries? No. Ohio Jeremy, is this the world famous cherry farmer on the recent cover of Fruit Grower News? Oh, well, son of a bitch, you're darn right it is. Spank my ass and call me Charlie. Mechanic Bob's chilling down there, see him? Sitting on his tailgate. Roger, hello. Welcome. We're harvesting cherries here in Michigan. The night shift just got started a couple hours ago. So I'm kind of just doing my rounds here and checking out the fruit, making sure everything's good and kosher. Looks like we may have some water coming in. Late evening live stream, excellent. Yes. We've converted to the night shift. My shift is 6 to 6, but I usually start a little early than that and stay a little later. But I'm responsible for the night shift. So you see, sometimes you have cherries that held on from last year. So these are actually pits, and all of the fruit, the flesh from last year kind of fell off, rotted off. And sometimes like this, those stems, they hold on. We don't want the stems on there. That's a no-no. So you kind of look through and you see a little bit of stem. That's okay. It's when it gets excessive, it becomes a problem in the plants when we pit the fruit. So we actually use a chemistry that loosens the pit from the stem in order to make sure that we don't have to rag on the trees with the harvesters here just to get the fruit to come off. Where in Michigan is that place? This is our southern Michigan farm. Which is kind of in between Paw Paw and Benton Harbor. What was that? The hell? So we got another truck coming in, or another tank. Yeah, so I'll be making more videos about harvest. We'll keep going live maybe every other day or something for a couple hours. Or an hour or two. I only have 35% on my phone, so I'm gonna have to stop at some point. I didn't plan that out very well. So you can see that the pace kind of is picking up a little faster. We just had 2 trucks show up at the same time. Hey, do you remember me? Yeah, Carson, you said you're like 12. How could I forget you? Wow, that was yikes. This guy's crazy. It just flies everywhere. So Ruben, he's cleaning out the tank channels. We don't want to carry any extra sod. There's grass, dirt, mud, whatever gets stuck in these channels. We don't want to have that in there because then it gets dirty at receiving, and we don't want to send dirty tanks to the processing plants. So they have these little scrapers. And there's gaps here at the back, and they're able to push all the junk that gets stuck, and it goes right through and down onto the ground. It's quite the design, but it saves a lot of time. I don't get out to California, ever. unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a little worried that I might have to get my rain suit out. You can see them on YouTube. I might have to check them out. What do they do? Tell me about them. Tell me about them, friend. But sometimes, you know, I'd like to snack on a couple cherries. This one's really firm. I gotta find one that looks like a butt. Some of them are so funny. Looks like two butt cheeks. That one's not as good. That one's not as good. Yeah, so you guys are looking at about 6,000 pounds of cherries right here. That's a lot of fruit. Most boxes have 1 pound, 3 pounds. This is 6,000 pounds of tart cherries, to answer your question, Jeremy. They create new varieties of fruit. That makes sense. This variety is tart Montmorency. That is what a majority of our acreage is. We do some sweet cherries and stuff, but ouch. So if you guys are interested in this, you want to learn more about how we farm cherries, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you guys can get notified when I post videos. I do informational stuff as well as just kind of show how we harvest fruit here in Michigan. And then after we get done with cherries, we run into apples, and we start harvesting apples here in the fall, and then things kind of slow down a little bit. We plant some fruit, we plant trees. We have our own tree fruit nursery that we have. That'll be the next video that goes out here on YouTube. This is a video where I give you guys an update on our tree fruit nursery. We planted 10,000 apple trees. How many acres is that? This farm is one continuous, I think it's like 380 acres of orchard. Mary, thank you so much. Go get some ice cream. Enjoy the family time. Thank you for watching. Thanks everyone for taking the time out of your day to stop in. You guys could be doing anything with your time besides watching me drive around. Jelly! He finally caught a live stream. What's up, brother? Look at him, he's got his green name. He's a member of the channel. What a guy. He's got a little apple next to his name. You'll love it. That guy also didn't donate $200 like he said he was gonna. Unbelievable. Guy's just trying to make a living farming. That's a harvester over there. We'll get down to the there's a driveway here I'll cut over. And additionally, the other harvester should be really close, so hold on a second and we'll get right up behind him. How is everybody doing tonight? Hey, would you look at that? Jeremy, welcome. He's in. He's back in the farm hand member. He can get exclusive early access to all of the content on the channel that goes live before the general public. I still have yet to make more hats. I need to get some more made. This is what I have now. I gotta get them made. Thank you, Jeremy. More than generous. Those are the hats. I thought about doing like a gray one. Look how dirty that is. Look at that. Sweating, working and shit. Unbelievable. No, not you. Another guy said that someone needed to send me some money, and he said he was going to go for $200. It only dropped my membership because YouTube was screwing around on my credit card. God, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But I appreciate that. You guys, obviously, I appreciate all of the support that is given. It's super cool. Especially all the OGs that come back every live stream. It's good to see all you guys. This set of guys here, these are two brothers that are running the harvesters. They've been working for us for a long time. They're very good at this. Look at all them cherries. I mean, you can just tell how much all these limbs are bending down. Usually these limbs would be up in the air, but... Is Big Red out there? Yes, he's driving this machine, but in the other group that we were at him a couple minutes ago. Big Red is out here, but he's wearing camo today. That's so funny. Big Red. Javier is up north. He's taking care of the apples while I'm down here. There's other ways that people harvest that people can harvest fruit like this. There's machines that you can do the same job as both of these, but with one machine. It's not nearly as efficient. If you have two skilled people here, this process, I believe, is way faster. They run on 3 wheels. The rear 2 wheels have a lever you pull and they can turn separately, so it can turn very sharp. It obviously has forks here that hold up the tank as the cherries roll off the belt. Oh, he missed it. They're nervous on camera. So this guy is watching this guy tell him what to do when they go to put those tanks on, because the forklift driver can't see what's happening. So he goes ahead and picks him up, and he's shooting crap at me. Unbelievable. I don't know. Like, even over here, you can feel the ground shaking because the root systems are so established. We'll walk behind it for a minute. We'll get up close on the process. ¿Cómo andas? ¿Tú? Two completely separate machines working together. They can't talk to each other, so they communicate using parts of the machine in order to know when this guy should stop shaking the cherries. So it's a quick process to get turned back around, and then they're on their way. We got a couple dead trees. Chipero. That part goes out, grabs the tree, and it actually vibrates and shakes it. A good crew like this can shake up to like 9 trees in a minute, especially on the smaller trees where they don't have to shake as much because the fruit drops off quicker. But this tree probably has 150 pounds of fruit on it. This one right here. Very cool process. Here's the catcher half. This machine receives all the fruit. Hello, hello, Kumar. That tank looks like it's about to be full. We let the guys shake about one tank without, sorry, let me rephrase that. We let the guys shake 1 to 2 trees, usually just one without a fresh tank of water. Because what happens is the cherries will build up on the conveyor belt. If they get built up too thick, they will actually start to smush. So who owns the orchard? Well, that depends. Some orchards we own, some orchards we lease. Depends on the arrangement. We are I guess you'd call it a commercial grower of sorts, right? On a full year, we can produce more than 20 million pounds of cherries. This year, we're a little light up north. Cherry chicken salads, we got to get more people to be eating tart cherries. That's the dried fruit you'll get in your salads. We also do concentrate. We make juice. You can get our stuff at Costco. I don't know where you guys are watching from. Costco, Kroger, Publix. All of these cherries here are sold in those stores. Yes, family farm for 50, 60 years. We're harvesting about 2,700 acres of cherries. Hundreds of, tens of thousands of trees that we take care of. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. We're just out here trying to supply some great quality fruit, apples and cherries. And I said, you know what, I'm going to start recording and sharing what we do. Advocate for specialty crop farming. So I started YouTubing a year ago, and it's been a wild run. Cool journey. All right, Jelly, good to see you, brother. I think it's so cool to watch the branches just flip up after the weight is relieved. This tank's almost full. He's waiting for the tank to fill up. Then he'll drop it down and we'll see what the cherries look like. We'll take a look at the cherries and see if they're up to quality. So these guys, they'll move all the cherries to this side because the forklift will come and they'll tip all the water out. We'll show you that in a second. No blemishes. The stem let go of the pit perfectly. I might eat that one. That one will come on my paycheck. This is what it'll look like if the fruit gets smashed. They call that like a mutilation. And that's like when the cherries there's too many cherries on the belt. Or if too much falls at one time off the tree. Or if they fall from too high up. It'll kind of bust the fruit. It'll pop the fruit. And then it's no good. So these guys have to take good care of the fruit. We drain the water out because water's heavy, and also because it pulls the cherries. So if like they're driving and they turn a little bit, as the cherries move in the tank, the water will pull them over the edge. So we drain the water out till it's about equal. So it's equal with the cherries, and then that way when he's driving from here up to those bus trucks that we saw earlier, those cherries stay in the tank. It's a super neat process. Excuse me. I think we might get some inclement weather. Uh-oh. Where'd my forklift go? I think I left it in the way and someone's moving it. The other set of harvesters is coming this way. Where is this? This is at... This is Michigan, southern Michigan. And then the rest of our farm is in Traverse City. Water cushions the rut. Yes, it helps on from crushing. Thank you. No comiste mis tacos, no? Nah. Ah, pero el lunch sí. Can I move the guy? Hey! Send some north, he says. Hey, that's not my call, my guy. That's old Juice Bruce that's got the trucking schedule. I don't think we're sending anything north for a couple days yet. Good to see you, Clinton. Guys, don't forget to double tap the screen, drop a like. These guys, they're shaking too many without a tank. So it looks like we have about 3 rows left here on this farm. They're just doing a quick tank exchange. Yes, and then what we do is we take them from the orchard here to our receiving facility where we hydro-cool them. So we literally pump 40-degree cold water into the tanks with spiders. We call them spiders, but it's pretty much PVC. And at the bottom, they go all the way and they reach the bottom and they push and flush cool, fresh water into and out of the tank. And that really helps prep it. Your farm in Traverse City is bigger than the cherry farm. Yes, our farm, down here is about 1/3 of the acreage compared to what we have up north. So this is about 800 acres down here, and then we have another, what would it be? Almost, I guess now, yeah, or now it's almost 2,000. We leased a couple new farms this year. Ramu, hello. This is what the trees look like after. Relieved. Sometimes there's a little fruit gets left just by the way that the limbs vibrate. Doesn't always let go of the fruit. So this is one big continuous block of orchard, but the names change so we can keep the production separate. So what their guys are doing is they're working toward each other. They're working end to end and meeting in the middle, and then we're all going to jump over to the next side. And as we continue to work our way that way, we should increase production and just really start kicking some tanks out, which is exciting. Because we had a pretty slow start to the day. Or start to harvest, I guess, but we're working on it. Jose's cleaning the tank channels out. That bus needs one more. We'll climb up there. Good morning. Good morning. It's 9 p.m. So after they leave the harvesters, they come up here to like the main driveway. And what we'll do is load them up. Jose has the tank cleaner. He's cleaning out the channels. We don't want to send any dirt, rocks, grass. We don't want to send any of that to the processing facilities. That can cause some problems. So if you weren't here earlier, weather's been weird this year. You lost most of your plums with late frost. We got nipped by frost up in Traverse City on the beginning of April. It was a pretty early one. We actually didn't expect to have any damage, but we did, which I guess that's just the way of the road. That's why farming's like you're gambling. So if you weren't here earlier, we have all of these buses that we make ourselves. Yeah, they are, Clinton. The tanks are they're topping off pretty quick now. But that's nothing. I'll go live a little later in a couple days. Your country's name? This is the United States. When we get into some of the heaviest crop, I mean, it's possible that four cherry trees will fill 1,000 pounds, 1,000-pound tank. That is an impressive feat. We call those quarter pounders. So obviously these buses we make them ourselves. How often do you go up to Traverse City? I live in Traverse. I come down here for harvest to help supervise the night shift. So this is obviously the back door of the bus, right? So what we do is we cut it right behind the driver's seat. And then we fabricate this all ourselves. We re-rivet this bus frame back on. We bolt it on. And then we just take the frame and we add these racks. So you can see we have these angle irons here. And what they do is they help these tanks kind of fall into place. That one's empty. I thought this bus was full, but it's absolutely empty. Richard, what's up? Watermelon school buses, yeah. It's funny how many applications they can be. We just wait till the school system doesn't want them, or they auction them off, and you can get a pretty good deal on them. And then we just kind of convert them. The short bus. No, that's not. That's the bus you're on, Jeremy. So there's two different designs, right? We actually bought these from another farmer who pushed out his trees and was done. We didn't even have to build them, but it differs a little bit. I'll show you why. Is you look at this axle is on the back tank. There's nothing in between, right? But on the buses that we make, which are these red ones that we made ourselves, we put the axles and tire right under the third tank, which I think helps. It helps distribute the weight a little bit better, because I feel like that's so much weight through the center without any extra support, but I'm not the one who does that. You're a small farmer in India. What do you farm, my friend? The harvesters are making their way back up top here. We'll walk down. Holy cow, we've been live for an hour and 3 minutes. It's the brothers. The hermanos. Probably our most experienced operators. Look, we got a tank here. We got a full tank here. There's the other set. And another one right here. So you can see, obviously they just crossed the driveway and they're still driving because we have dead trees. Dead. A bunch right here, all dead. And these orchards are just getting so old. They're 20 plus years old. Most of it's the turning radius with the rear axle placement. That's very true. Because those long buses, the yellow buses, they're kind of a pain. There's our boy Lencho running our forklifts. Yeah, so they had to go that far. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 trees that are missing now. And that's just from age, crop load, storms. We had a tornado kind of come through this area a couple years ago and really messed some of the trees up, and we lost a lot of trees, which is unfortunate because once a tree breaks off, snaps off, you don't get any more out of it. That's not doing much for us for cherry production. Adios, Jose. He left his lights on. That's not, we don't really do any grafting on cherry trees. Drop my sunglasses. We're harvesting tart cherries. That tree's half dead. Now we gotta get a new tank on. Ellie, hello. So now we're switching the water in for the cherry. Are all the tart trees the same variety? No, there's different types. The ones that we grow are Montmorency. Show me fruit. There's some. Hi, you want to guess where I'm from? You do it as a hobby. All right, send it. Clinton, these are 98 plus quality fruit here, my friend. This fruit here is already looking better than anything that we harvested last year. How long has this type of harvest been available, Lee? Oh man, we've been using those two types of harvesters, if that's what you're referring to, the two machines. That's been 80s, I think, even earlier, 70s. I don't know, when did the first co-harvesters come out? Before that, there was rollouts where people pulled the tarps out by hand, and then you had like a boom shaker would reach one arm out and grab the tree and shake it. Little different. Your 98s or 74s? Hell no. What is this, organic fruit? Damn. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Clinton? We don't have 74s at Cherry Key. Shit. I got a bag of tacos right here I've been sitting on. I'm getting hungry. But that's it, guys. I got 20% on my phone battery, so I got to conserve that for the rest of the night. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Since it's almost sunset, you're gonna guess USA around Ohio, Indiana. You hate to see it. You're close, but not those states. Yep, I'm going to eat my tacos, and we'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Make sure you're subscribed with the notifications turned on so you can know when we go live again. There's some fruit for you, Clinton. It's red. Michigan. It was pretty close, though. Ohio, Indiana. Right next door. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Go check out the channel. Kentucky. Nope, Michigan. Until next time, boys. Muhammad, we were harvesting cherries. But now I'm going to take a break. You guys go check out another video on the channel. Comment on it. Let me know what one you watched. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Good to see you guys.